Was it just a really good shooting night? Were you getting the exact looks you wanted? Was it a combination? What was working so well offensively?
Well, I just think, we really have been trying. It hasn't always looked like it. I've been trying to get them to reverse the ball and just take an easier shot. And tonight, I think we did that pretty well. A lot of times the percentages will eventually come back, right? That's crazy. No one's going to shoot that type of percentage. But that's just a lot of nights that we have not shot well. Eventually, it was going to kind of autocorrect. And I think that was just a testament to probably a lot of their pent-up frustration, and we're just ready to not feel as disappointed as they have been for really a fair amount of games. So I think it kind of starts with Lucy Olson, when she had an 8-for-8 type of night, and she kind of, I watched her in practice, and before the game started, I said, I feel it for you tonight. I said, I see it, I feel it, you just need to go do it. And when she started to hit like that, everybody else loosened up.
Yeah, I don't think you guys missed a three-pointer until your 10th attempt somewhere
really?
up there.
Oh, really?
It was 8 for 8 in the first half, and then I think eventually you missed one. Does that, how much confidence does that give the team, particularly coming off the disappointing losses?
Yeah, I just think, there's just a lot to be said. When you see the ball go in, it just opens things up. And we haven't been shooting the ball well. So no one's been seeing it go in. Typically it's been McCabe, and then sometimes we'll have Aaliyah, but we haven't seen that long ball go in consistently, and so it can be contagious both ways. And so tonight it was in our favor, which I was really, really happy for.
And then I just have one more, and then I can let you go. Sorry. Xavier Sellers usually leads this team in scoring by quite a bit. I don't have the box for me. I don't know what she ended up with, but she had 3 points with a couple minutes left in the game. How did you shut her down, and was that a particular focus of the team's defense?
Absolutely. The key to the game was their 3-point defense. When they lose, they're in their low 30s. When they win, they're 39. They lead the Big Ten in 3-point shooting percentage. So we really wanted to make them work for it. We instituted a trap on the side whenever they tried to flip a screen or bottom it up. And I just said, I want you to go as aggressively as you've ever done it this year, because I wanted him to have all of them collectively, because all three of them can shoot. They're 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And I think the way we started the game, and our defense has typically always been there, and it was up until the end. We subbed, with 4 minutes, and they continued to press and score it up, and that's fine. But I think the way we started was that got them a little on their heels.
You said you saw Lucy's night coming, so what did you see?
Well, she just is such a good scorer, but she's just been taking shots that are so difficult to make. If you did a dive in the Olympics, if you graded some of the shots she's trying to do, however you do that, that dive was a hard dive, or that was a easy dive. A lot of the shots, they go in when you're having a night, right? But the way a lot of teams were defending her, and when it's not going well for anybody else, your key takes it on their shoulders. So I've really been trying to relax her and kind of trust that ball reversal, and just trust that if it goes in and it can come out. And it was just nice. I think it was a perfect storm of the way Washington played us, the way we started out defensively. They got timid, and it wasn't until the very end of the game that they threw on their press and they got a little bit more aggressive. So I just saw Lucy is a nice scorer, and it just hadn't translated yet. So I'm hopeful that now that she's seen it go in, and I thought for the most part, other than our turnovers, that's my one thing. We had way too many unforced turnovers, which has been the problem this whole year on the losses. But when we had such a cushion and we were shooting such a great percentage, then you don't notice it as much unless you're a coach, and you sure as heck notice it, right?
Two-part question here with Hannah. Obviously she couldn't go, but do you have any update with her? And then the person who really filled in for her today, Addie, had basically her best game ever in the Big Ten.
Well, I really felt like with their posts, they're not traditional posts. They're big, but they don't score there, right? They run the Princeton offense, they screen. A 14 can hit a 3 every now and then, but it's not exactly in her bag, but that's a face. And they don't, the way they defended, I thought Addie is pretty strong and big. So I just really we did empower her and be like, if we get it to you, you're going to be able to score. So it was just like it was a good opponent at a really good time that we matched up well with what our strengths were. I mean, I just feel like they're a really good team, but you know, they caught us on a really bad night, you know, because we were coming in, let's go, let's show what we can do. And I think we utilized our inside, and I think, you know, us getting hot at the right time. But I thought we could utilize the inside game because Addie, you know, has had really a lot of nice nights, and I pretty much know, I think, which post that she'll be able to really stack up against. And I thought this was one of the matchups tonight. If we could get her the ball, that she could have a nice night. And thankfully, our game plan was sound.
You know your post play.
Yeah, well, sometimes, yeah.
What about Hannah? Anything new with her?
You know, just the same. I mean, all I've heard, I think I'm glad we don't play this weekend. That gives us another, we play Tuesday night, I think.
Yeah.
So I feel good. I think she started to do some of the protocol of activity, but they haven't given me any timeline. So, of course, you know, I was hoping she was going to take a commercial flight yesterday to be here. Right. So I didn't get that good news yesterday. But hopefully, I think it's trending in the right direction, but no one's given me a timeline.
Okay, I have two more if you have time.
Yeah.
Inside the box, for Tegan Mulaney, she hit her first 3 of 2025.
I know.
How about that?
Yeah.
You know, she got some good minutes for you with Hannah out at the 4.
She did, and that's one thing. It was just nice to be able to, you know, get these minutes. She got a few in Oregon, and she got foul trouble there. So then tonight it was nice that we could. It was just a good night. Everybody got some minutes. Everybody hopefully gained some confidence, and you know, Tegan really is one that needed to see the ball go in. It's just been a struggle. So I'm so happy that she got to see it go in. But I think again, it was going back. It was contagious when everybody else is shooting, and there's not quite as much pressure on that because we already had a little cushion. That I think that can bode well for all of our freshmen.
Okay, last one. You talked about everyone was kind of tight the other day at Oregon. Did you feel that pressure release a little bit?
Yeah,
tonight?
well, I think you know, there was not, you know, no major come to Jesus meeting. It's just being consistent and, you know, trying to keep them in the locker room and not all the noise. You know, what I see every day is young women showing up, and, you know, when you're coaching, you get in it for the journey. And when you're in the journey and you're into the hard parts, you also have to rally to make sure this is part of the deal, is how you weather and get them through. And so they've been showing up. And so I just, you know, we just kept talking about the breakthroughs coming. And they believed, and, you know, there's a lot of basketball left to be played, a lot of great opponents. The Big Ten is so tough. But I love how they've been showing up. And I'm just happy, so happy they got a win, because they've been close and didn't fall their way. And tonight it was nice it fell their way.
Did you sleep on planes, or are you gonna?
Yeah, no, I think I haven't been sleeping overall anywhere lately as well, but I usually can. It's gonna be a weird one tonight because we're get home in the middle of the night, but that's also another thankful. I know it's cold at home. It'd have been a lot colder, and it would have seemed a lot later. So at least when we get out of the car, we can have breathe a little bit.